Hey, this is Daryl Olson from the Jackson Fishing Team, and today we're going to tie up our second AI pattern for fishing the hooch at the Atlanta Fly Show. And it's called the Blood Midge, and it's or a Mercury Midge. It's creation of Pat Dorsey, and it uses a glass bead or plastic, silver line, and it gives the appearance that it's like an air bubble or something like that. Anyway, so let's take a look at it, and we'll explain the materials as we go along. This is the blood midge that we're going to tie, and I'm saying with the theme, with the red body, and on there. And this is a size 20. I tied a few up in a size 22, so we will see how that goes by tying that. So why don't we go ahead and we will remove this one from the vise. And to handle these small little hooks, I kind of put them in one of these clips, electrical test clips. And since we're using these plastic glass beads, you have to maybe just debarb them a little, debarb them so that way the bead can go around. And then what I'll do is I won't leave the beads in the little bag that they come in, because I'm using the Taylor's beads in a midge size, and these are those silver. And what I'll do is I don't know if you can see them in there, but I'll take this hook, because the bead hasn't got a tapered hole in there, and I got one too many. And kind of put it on there, and hopefully I can get it onto the hook without losing it. I lost that one, but I don't think I have it debarbed enough, because it should just go around it. I'll have to look for that one. It's probably in my trash bin. And we will try this again. And there's one on the hook, and it did go down a little further. And I lost that one. There we go. Yeah. And then I'll just put this into the vise, the hook. And I'll take that off. There you can see the glass bead. That was an ordeal. But anyway, I'm going to try some Nano silk in red for the thread. Never used this before, but I have noticed that if I would just rub my fingers on this Nano silk, that eventually the dye does kind of wear off a little bit. And it's a slippery thing. So, you have to start your thread on there, and then make sure your scissors are sharp and clip it off on there. And I'm going to put some gold fine wire Danville's for a rib. And I got some here from the previous ties, and I'm just going to go ahead and tie it in and wrap the thread back to just past the round. Now the hook I'm using, I didn't cover that, is a curved nymph hook. Let me see. And it's a J. Stockard 430 multi-use curved in the size 20. Here's the size 20. And it can be used for hoppers, dry flies, nymphs, whatever. And with it being a multi-purpose hook, it's designed, it's probably not a very heavy hook because, you know, it's used for dry flies as well. And I'm going to counter wrap this up, trying to be very even, and evenly spaced, and probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 wraps. And I'll lock this in. And I'm going to bend this back and helicopter it off. The next material I'm going to use is going to be some Peacock Herl. And try to pick out a nice one here. And I'm going to cut off the inch or so of the brittle end. And when you look at it, you'll see that part of it is a little longer, and on the bottom it's shorter. So we're going to want to tie that in for the head so that the longer fibers are on top, so we're wrapping or hackling this fiber. Oh, before I forget, yeah. So I don't get any on here, I'm going to just put a little bit of UV on there. To help strengthen that thread and that rib. And now I'll give this palmer this around, hopefully not breaking it. Yeah, that broke. Have to tie it in again. Give it 2 wraps here to lock this in, and one in the front. Find my scissors. And then I'm going to apply a little head cement on there before I whip finish. And I'll get out my little whip finish tool here. Give it 3 turns. And we'll cut that thread off. And there we have it. Small little blood midge in a size 20. Well, I hope you found that simple. Wasn't as simple as what I thought it was going to be on the final fly to tie for this video, but that's the way it works. Anyway, tie up a few of these. You know, they might be good for early spring as well. Maybe during the winter if you're out there trout fishing. And we'll give you a report on how this works when maybe I'll have a little fishing video of me on the hooch fishing these nymphs, and I can share that with you. Alright, I'm Daryl, and we will see you on the water.